And now in a related development, officials of the Student Union Government SUG at the University of Jos and several students have expressed different views on the state of unionism within the institution. Trust TV report that despite rising criticism of student unionism in Nigeria's tertiary institutions, many still believe it remains an important tool for advocacy and representation. Ado Musa completes the report.
Supporters of student unions argue that these bodies are essential for promoting students' welfare, safeguarding rights, and fostering a sense of community within campuses. They believe unionism continues to serve as a voice for students across the country. At the University of Jos, SUG officials maintain that student unionism remains both relevant and vibrant.
You know, different occasions calls for different activism. And so I don't know the serious occasion that was in those days that they said the student union was more vibrant. I don't know what was happening in those days, but I think they're still vibrant. We are still very, very vibrant. It depends on the case. So if a particular occasion comes up, I know that is triggering to students. I know students will still stand up and be the union government that they are supposed to be. Because they did not stand up to fight like the other people took. Or maybe, I don't know, if they did not get up to choose violence over resolving with peace, then it doesn't mean we are less active or this generation are less active in unionism.
When asked whether student unions under democratic leadership have lost focus or sold out, the SUG vice president shared her perspective.
I will always say human beings are human beings. I'm not in anybody's mind and nobody's in my mind. A good person can be in the government and will not be sold out. A bad person can be in the government and be sold out. So we don't know the heart of the people when we are electing them in. So they're the ones that choose for themselves. There are still good people everywhere we go. There are still bad people everywhere we go.
However, some students express concern that while unionism is still important, student leaders are not meeting expectations.
I can tell you for free that the role of unionism cannot be overemphasized in our universities. But I think the major setback facing the unionism now, so long as the country is concerned, is the influence of the should I say the administrators, ranging from the VC then down to the staffs, in such a way that the freedom of speech and some power are being devoted to the unions, from the SUG president down to all the committees, are not being executed properly anymore.
For my own personal point of view, I don't see their relevance. And I'm just going to talk about one aspect that affects me. That's the slow academic calendar. Like last semester, we started last semester in October and we just finished in May. I feel like it's too long. It's too long for one semester, and they're in that position because they have our interests at heart. We are the reason why we are there, so they should represent us.
Student activists also share mixed opinions on the current state of unionism in tertiary institutions.
We have our comrades who have been in struggle, who are very, very vibrant to struggle. They are union leaders. We have lots of Comrade Prince Miafen, Comrade Olushola Ladoja, announced president. There are the likes of Friday Ega, announced coordinator, which is not central, which I am, service director of peace and conflict resolution. You have a lot of comrades who fight for students. Then the fellow students need leaders that can air out their voices. So the leaders need to be the voice of the voiceless. But now they have turned out to be a political maga dogs or political foot soldiers or politicians, not airing the views or the tenet of which the real student unionism was created before.
Despite criticisms, many students remain hopeful that with commitment and transparency from student leaders, the challenges facing unionism can be resolved. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.